Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to have some Division 12 online ranked gameplay in the lightweight division, and we're going to be using none other than Dustin Poirier. I think this was mainly because of his UFC 257 performance against Conor McGregor. It was just astonishing. I didn't expect it at all, and I wanted to give him a go in the game. And I know he's quite underrated, not a lot of people use him. I come up against him often, but not as much as I assume. I mean, he's one of the most versatile fighters in his division. For instance, his boxing is very good, probably top 3 boxers in the division. Got good kickboxing, which is now the meta. He's got phenomenal ground game, especially from the bottom, and his clinch game's okay as well. So he's quite a versatile fighter, a very good fighter to pick, and I cannot wait for him to get an upgrade, especially to the leg kicks, because then he's going to become that bit more dangerous. They might increase his punch power as well, maybe. So it will be interesting to see, and it will be interesting to see how Conor gets downgraded. And in this game we're coming up against Khabib, which a lot of people will pick Khabib, especially for these 3-round fights, so they can just take you to the ground and hold you for 3 rounds and then get the decision victory, which it's annoying, but I mean, it's a tactic and it's viable. It does work with a lot of players, so that's the reason I picked Dustin, because off his back he's a real threat. So knowing that this fight would potentially go to the ground, or at some stage will get to the ground, I knew that I had to do quite a lot of damage on the feet. And obviously Dustin's got a lot better boxing than Khabib. He's a lot more fluent with his strikes. And one thing about Dustin, he's got a lot of power. So I had to bear that in mind. I wanted to use the leg kicks, and as you can see, 30 seconds into the fight we've already got a stun through a Dustin Poirier uppercut. And that's a good sign. And I'm trying to force the takedown out of my opponent. As you can see, it worked there, so I used my distance management, so I didn't even have to deny the takedown. I just stepped back because my opponent was way out of range. And here I want to stay in these boxing exchanges, but that also leaves me open to the takedown attempts, so I'm also trying to work backwards. And as you can see, the leg kicks there help to deny the takedown, and that's another tool you can use to stop takedowns now, the lead leg kicks. They do a phenomenal job of stopping the takedown. And I'm forcing my opponent here to fight a fight he doesn't want. He's having to have these boxing exchanges with me when he wants this fight to go to the ground. I'm checking a lot of leg kicks, and we managed to get another stun here. And as you can see, we hit an uppercut to the body there, and now we've hit my opponent's leg. We're doing a phenomenal job here against this Khabib. As you can see, we're getting the knockdown now, and we're really unloading. We've done a phenomenal job this round of hurting my opponent's legs. As you can see, both his left and right leg are at similar health, and they're both not in good shape. And if this fight goes the full 3 rounds, I know that his leg's going to be compromised. So as you can see, I'm throwing these little lead leg kicks to his lead leg, just trying to damage it slightly with slow increments. And as you see, my opponent's going for these takedowns that are way out of range because I'm using my distance management well. When I want to strike, I'll step in with a jab or a hook. I'm seeing if my opponent sways, and he's not using head movement too much, which is why I'm throwing these straight punches. If you're fighting an opponent that likes to move their head, you want to go for the body or a hook, because if they slip the straight, it's going to be dangerous. And as you can see, my opponent shot for another takedown there, and the lead leg kick actually prevented it, which is what I was saying you could use as a very good tool. And right now the fight's going very well. I'm back towards the fence, which is a position I don't really want to be in, and if my opponent was a slightly better grappler, he'd probably look to clinch me and take my back, which fortunately enough he isn't doing. He's just shooting for the same single leg takedown over and over, so I'm having a good job here of denying them. He goes for the flying knee, which I didn't expect, but fortunately he didn't do too much damage. And as you can see, his leg is beat up real bad, and his other leg, his right leg, isn't in much better shape. So even if he switches stances, I'm still in a favourable position, and I'm attacking that leg frequently, and I'm using my boxing. And overall, this was a perfect first round. We nullified all of his takedown attempts. We done a lot of damage, and that's what you want to do facing a Khabib. You want to really work the stand up. You want to put him in an uncomfortable position. I like to take his base away, which is his legs. Get the Khabib to think to block low, and then you go high and Dustin has the power to finish the fight. And as you can see, my opponent goes for a takedown straight away, and I hit him with the leg kick, and he gets the stun, and then we get the drop from the leg kicks. And this is where I'm saying that if you implement the leg kicks correctly, they can be a beautiful tool. My opponent finally gets a takedown here, and I'm not too worried. Dustin has a very good bottom game, so I'm fairly confident. I mean, Dustin also has the rubber guard. I'm surprised he doesn't have the from side control, the full guard transition. I just thought he would because of how good his jiu-jitsu is in real life, but he doesn't have that. So we go to half guard, and my opponent postures up, doing a little bit of damage. But like I said again, he's not doing anything too much at the moment. I'm more than content with being here, hitting him to build up some GA, get my opponent to full guard here, and I'm keen to see what my opponent's going to do. As you can see, postures up, which is what I was expecting, so I get the reversal here. And from here I try to go for a triangle try, and he denies that very well. I was very surprised he denied that, so obviously he must understand how to deny transitions, and that was a good thing for me to see. Instantly when he done that, I knew that okay, he knows what he's doing on the ground, because a lot of people don't deny that way. So he either got lucky or he knew it, but at the time I took it as he knew what he was doing. And right now I'm content to sit here and do some damage, get my control time up, because obviously my opponent's just been controlling me for a bit. He does a good job here of taking my back, and I was waiting here to see what he was going to do, and for some reason he went to sprawl, which confused me, and I managed to get out. And now that he had some success with a takedown, I knew he was going to go for it again, and I didn't mind being on the bottom. I actually felt fairly comfortable. I didn't get to try a submission, see submission defense, so next time he goes to take me down, I was looking for a submission. As you can see, he took me down there, and I tried to throw the leg kick to actually counter it, but for some reason it didn't register in time. Had it registered, it would have prevented the takedown, and obviously done a significant amount of damage to my opponent's leg. So we deny the transition here. I throw a couple strikes, go to rubber guard. I was trying to control my opponent, and he done a good job because I was pre-denying the stack guard, because that's what a lot of people do with wrestlers. But he done a good job of not making it predictable. But then he goes for the posture up, which was a big mistake, because that's exactly what I was expecting. And now this is where you get to showcase Dustin's beautiful submissions, and his ground game is very, very underrated, not only in real life but in the game. And as you can see here, he's looking more and more likely that the Khabib's going to get submitted. He missed the slam, which is the one thing he needed, and we managed to submit my opponent here. So overall, I think that was a very good showcase of Dustin's skill set on the game, and how to use Dustin, especially against a Khabib. A lot of people struggle to fight against Khabib, obviously because it's hard to withstand the pressure of the takedowns and the pressure overall. But utilising leg kicks and your boxing with Dustin's a very crucial increment to the game plan. And when you're on the mat, throw out the submissions where you can, because Dustin's submissions are very, very good. So that was the video for today. Please like, comment and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.